So he wins. The Harris and Walz win. Peggy Flanagan is the governor.
Okay.
And Walz is just smart enough not to resign until he finds out what's going to happen.
Right.
Then he'll resign. If he wins, he resigns the governorship. All right.
Right.
If he loses, he will not have resigned. So he'll because he's governor through 2025 and into 26.
Right.
His term doesn't end till 2026. And there's no term limits on governors in Minnesota. He could come back and run again if he wants to.
Please
elect him again.
Let's take this one election at a time. Please,
Maybe he'll take Keith Ellison with him to be the attorney general. Or maybe Keith Ellis will run for governor. Or maybe Ilhan Omar will run for governor. I mean, if you're just going to be tribal, anything can happen. Anything that can happen that defies common sense can happen if you're tribal.
And meanwhile, 50% of the state feels like they don't belong.
Right.
They feel left out.
Because they're not in
heard.
maybe they're not in tribes.
No. What Chris is, can I
go ahead?
What I just took from Chris, it was that if you're a Trump supporter, isn't that what you were saying, Chris?
Vaguely, but like what Joe was saying, a lot of people that support and are going to cast a vote for him are the ones that feel like their voice isn't being heard in this state.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not
right.
subscribing to the woke agenda.
I got it.
Right.
I got it.
We've said that over and over again.
I get it. So Peggy Flanagan would be the governor.
Dear God.
Does
she wear the knife shirt, Trans Lives Matter? Does she wear that?
I don't know.
When she gets sworn into office?
About whom we know very little.
Butterflies and rainbows and unicorns and wildflowers.
Anything can happen. Here's an email that rests my case about tribes. Mike from Mazeppa.
Nice.
Isn't it amazing that Governor Walz just came off a tour talking about how he's feeding children in Minnesota? I think what the Democrats see is a politician who started as a rural Democrat, then as governor built a juggernaut Democrat political system capable of collecting so much money for programs that he could afford $250 million in graft and corruption to go unchecked and still have nobody complaining about kids going hungry. As you have said, children are the last refuge of scoundrels. I wonder if this has been orchestrated by the elite donor class on the coast, seeing as nearly 40% government budget growth, and don't underestimate how much he has burned any Midwestern credibility he once had. I believe he has shifted loyalties to progressive urban policies and the constituents or affiliated NGOs who benefit from being awarded these billions of dollars. Democrats are looking for somebody to go out there and be able to convince more U.S. citizens that the government is the solution to all their problems, and they see him as an example of how to help spread the mystery. Well, Mike is correct, but you know what, Mike? You're just a pro-Trumper. That's the way the tribe will think of him. He's got reasonable, sound thinking there, and he'll be dismissed by the tribe. But well, just another pro-Trumper. It's of no consequence. So either people in this state are extraordinarily wealthy, and it doesn't make any difference to them, or they have no money at all. Who has Walz abandoned? The middle class, who has to pay for all of these unproven programs that he is known for, feeding kids being chief among them. And how'd that work out?
Well, he slid around like a snake. He's sliding around it.
Can we take this to the global level?
Sure.
In an effort to pin you down on voting, not voting, who you're voting for?
Mm-hmm.
It seems apparent that there could possibly be a serious war in the Middle East, Iran, Israel. And then we've got Putin. And
like maybe today.
Ukraine and all of that. How are those things going to end or be handled by Harris and Walz versus Trump and Vance. Is there hope on either side in your mind?
No.
You don't think Trump could BS his way through this and get both sides to put down their guns and ammo?
President Harris, if you have to store that type of information to keep it private from everybody else, particularly an enemy, how would you store that information?
So you're now no longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists above us, right? It's no longer in a physical place.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Well, she's talking about the cloud. See, that's how private information is stored, Joe. See, information is private.
I guarantee you Trump couldn't do much better on that one.
I know.
You know, it's not answering the
Trump
question.
Trump is congratulating Putin for the prisoner swap. He's congratulating Victor Maduro.
Is that a psyop? I can't answer for the Maduro thing, for the Putin thing. Is that a psyop?
I don't know.
You know, the same way he's acts chummy with the North Korea fruitcake.
Yeah. Marty
Is
Allen.
that just to get him to chill out and calm down and make it seem like we're okay with each other?
Maybe. I don't know how Trump's brain works.
He's proven with terrorists that, you know, he'll send a rocket right up your behind.
Yeah.
Before you go to break, we had a press release that was issued via the Twitter account this morning, and a lot of people are pointing out that one thing that might be helpful is if you fully endorse Harris and Walz, meaning they won't win.
Right.
Let's get them on the air. Let's get both of them on the air.
I've never picked a winner.
Come on, Governor Walz. We'll have you on the air right now.